Hello, everybody. Reporting live from Huge Theater Stage. How's everybody doing? Woo! Yes. So this is going to be very special. We have Colin, Mochrie, and friends coming up next. But before we get right to that, I just want to say some things. Number one, thank you so much for watching. This is so needed for me selfishly, my soul and my joy. I appreciate you all watching. And I just also want to say that if you are a performer of color, if you're a black performer or black performing artist in the improv, Huge Theater is a home for you. You can feel free to come on down, and we will do what we can to make you feel safe and at home. And then lastly, this festival is the Twin Cities Improv Festival and the Black and Funny Improv Festival mashed up together. So if you don't know what's kind of going on, this is a collaboration, and it's in solidarity because of all the things that have happened over the summer with COVID and the death of George Floyd. We thought we'd come together and try to have some joy in these dark times. So thank you so much for sharing that with us. And tickets are typically around $15 for an hour block. So if you wanted to donate that or more or less or whatever you can, it's pay what you can. So go ahead on down to givehuge.com and make a payment if you wish to. Otherwise, your attention is also greatly appreciated. Thank you for being with us. And without further ado, please put your hands together for the cast of Colin and Friends. Yay!
Yeah!
Yeah.
Woo!
Boo.
Look here!
I forget to use the mic sometimes. I just start mouthing.
Great.
Yeah.
Oh man. So how this is going to work is there's a couple of ground rules. One is we are going to support each other. We're gonna have a lot of fun, obviously, but we're gonna do some short form games is based off of a list of games that we all kind of hand selected and picked. There are four of you, so some games maybe two, some games maybe need three. I don't know. Jill, I'm gonna lean on you heavily to kind of help me architect this and draw the blueprint here as we go. With that, before we continue, can we all just go in line and say your name and where you're located?
You should call on us because the line is different for everyone.
That's
Everybody in
true.
the line.
Great, wonderful. Jill, Rita on deck. Jill first.
I'm Jill from Minneapolis.
Wonderful.
I'm Rita from Minneapolis.
Awesome. Alexis and Colin.
Alexis Camille from Minneapolis.
Colin, I've been to Minneapolis.
Yes.
Counts. It counts.
I'm in Toronto right now.
Okay, great. All right. Yeah, south side, east side, where you at?
East.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, great. All right, so we're gonna have some fun. Let's just play and be silly and enjoy each other. But this first game, Jill, I'm looking at. How about dubbed object?
Yes, what a great idea. Colin, you have two objects from around your elaborate library.
Yes, I do. I just found
Well,
them.
then, the rest of us will turn off our cameras, and Alexis and Rita, will you provide the voices of these objects so that we can see a scene between? It's a three-person scene, Colin and the two objects. I have a suggestion for it. Your suggestion is uh, uh, how many walruses is too much for a zoo? A walrus scene, if you would. Thank you.
Jerry. Jerry, could you come in here, please?
Hey. Hi. What's
Hey, what's wrong, Jerry? I'm going to tell you right now. We have way too many walruses.
Come on. They're such a large and blubbery and sweet little thing. Can you ever have too many walruses?
Look, I know what a walrus is. I've been running this zoo for 15 years. All I'm saying is we have no room for 58 walruses.
Hey, Brad, you know what I don't think we have any room in here for right now is your anxiety, bud, okay? What if you just laid on a walrus? What if we saw a different world with a walrus?
I don't see how that's going to help. We still don't have the room, even if I do love walruses. Maybe you should talk to Jennifer. She really is upset about this.
Okay, all right.
Jennifer,
Hi, all right. Hey, what's going on? What can I do for you, Colin? What's going on?
It's the walrus thing.
The
Brad
walrus
is-
thing, say again.
The walrus thing, what we were talking about
Oh,
earlier, how there's no
yeah.
room.
Yeah, we just don't have no kind of room for walruses around here. I've been trying to think of a plan or something like that, but I just need someone with a real bright mind for some solid collaboration.
Fine. All right, if both of you are against the whole walrus thing, one, I don't know why we, put out that contest call. Please send us your favorite friendly walrus. And two, I guess I'll take care of it.
All right. First of all, the send us your friendly walrus, there was a bit of a typo. We left out the word photo. We wanted photos of walruses, not actual walruses.
Not
Who knew people in this town had so many walruses?
Absolutely. Now, and that is a huge mess to clean up. Do you know how many times a walrus uses the restroom all day?
No, I actually don't. How many?
I don't know that either, no.
I mean, you just think of the biggest number you can and multiply that times 10. That is just nasty.
I can think of some pretty big numbers, so that is really upsetting to hear.
I'm sorry. I know that's not a solution. I just wanted you to know. Maybe that'll motivate you to get these walruses out of here.
Is there any way we can trade them? Maybe to another zoo for some animals we need?
Oh, that's pretty good thinking.
Well, I do think.
Yeah! Beautiful! Is that a puppet of yourself?
Yes. Someone made a puppet of me and sent it to me.
Oh,
That is the cutest thing.
It's
I
somewhat
voiced it
freakish.
so accurately then.
That is the
Thank you.
cutest thing. Wow. Wow.
That's great. Jill,
Yeah.
I'm looking at the list of games and I'm thinking, why not 90-second alphabet? Why not?
We have 90 seconds available to us. We do have 90 seconds. This is a game in which, how about John and Rita? You're going to start with the letter A, and your suggestion is supper. Specifically, what should I eat for supper? Supper, but you don't have to answer the question. Supper is the suggestion, the setting for the scene. The rest of us will turn off our cameras. John, you'll start on the letter A.
You want me to do a scene? I don't want
Yeah.
to do a scene. I don't want to.
You don't want to?
No. I just wanted to lay back in the cut and think about all the tech things.
Okay. Cool. Well, Colin, you know this game. I saw you play it on TV 12
Sure.
times.
Oh.
And we have the same alphabet, right? Canada?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the U, there's less U's than you think.
Thank you.
Actually, John, what's your favorite letter of the alphabet?
Ooh, I'll go with J. It's my name. How about
J. I do. Rita, the letter is J. This scene is about supper. It's like dinner or lunch, Colin.
Thank you.
Um,
Thank you. Really appreciate it.
Just so you know, I've put out several selections for you, so you don't have to choose one. You could choose several.
Kind of you to think that way, because as you know, I totally get confused between what supper is and what dinner is. So when I see the actual entrees, I get more of a sense of what's going on.
Let me just calm you down right there, okay? This is going to be a full sensory experience. You're going to be able to smell each one. You're going to be able to touch each one. You're going to be able to sit near lovingly to each one. And then once decided, then you will taste.
I just say, I have heard about this experience from some of my friends, and I really do love food. And this is so sensual and such an immersive experience. First of all, I want to thank you for coming up with the idea.
No need to thank me. No need to tell me. We all want to really be in with food, so I'm so glad you came to take part of it.
Oh, I would not miss it. I love food. Thank you for having this.
Pop your buns in the stool. I'm going to bring out the first dish.
Quite. My buns are popping right now. I could hardly wait.
Right here, you can start by listening to it first and then smell it second. It's it's beef related and also a surprise vegetable.
Sincerely, I have no idea what this is. I was not expecting my food to talk to me, and I'm trying to wrap my head around a meat and vegetable combination.
Talking to food is the only way to truly experience food. Please say something kind to it right now before it leaves.
Understand this. I'm feeling a little creeped out now because this is now turning into something I wasn't expecting.
Very well. Very well. Then I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. I'm gonna have to ask you to leave before all the dishes revolt and take you out of here themselves.
Wait just a second. How did they? We're having such a nice time, and then because of this one dish, you've turned against me?
Xena. Hey, Xena is a T-bone and she's pissed.
You know what? I am going to tell everyone I know because I am a celebrated food critic about the shambles that this actually is.
Oh, Zachary the Scallop says stuck it. Get out of here.
All your foods have names? How can you eat things that have names?
Bob the Brussels sprout's gonna tell you exactly how we do it.
Can we just please start over? I mean, the smells of Zachary, was it? Is actually starting to fill my entire sense here.
Don't have to ask me twice. Let's begin again. Now, you're going to have several choices. You're going to get to listen, talk to, sit closely, lovingly to each food, and then after that, you can decide on the dish and eat it.
Everything sounds so good. I will have the extreme experience. I want to touch, feel, smell, see, and shove in my mouth anything that you have named.
First up, we have a beef with a surprise vegetable.
Good God. Is it rutabaga? If it is rutabaga, I tell you, I will take off my pants and run around this restaurant.
How did you know that's the exact second step to this experience?
I'm taking off my pants now.
Just wait. Let me play a song.
Yeah! Yeah!
Oh, that actually happened to me.
I can't wait until that place reopens.
Yeah,
I can't wait to go to that restaurant.
Very
Oh
hard.
my goodness. Oh, good. Thank you. Let's go right to scenes from a hat.
Yeah.
Scenes
Yeah.
from a hat.
I think we'll just continue using these questions that the fans in the chat, the audience in the chat, gave us such good questions. I think they'd be good seed starts,
Great.
if that's okay with everybody.
Yeah.
The first scene start is it okay if I itch this?
Good.
Yeah. Hey, is it okay if I itch this turtle?
I'm sorry. We prefer that you don't stick your hands in the animal tanks because of contamination.
But I can't learn if I don't touch things.
Oh no, absolutely. Destiny here would be happy to explain to you how turtles survive in their natural habitat without your little paws on them. That's just,
Can I get in the pool?
Destiny, if you.
You can't get in the pool. That would disrupt the turtle sanctuary.
But look, this turtle wants to be my friend.
I'm sorry. Actually, you can't really know if the turtle wants to be your friend, as they do like that kind of communication. You can't talk to turtles, and the turtles can't talk to you. So that's that's a big assumption.
That's insane.
Yay! Why do my flowers always die? Why do my flowers always die?
I would like to welcome everyone here to Uncle Dave's funeral. And I want to say we appreciate all the donations of cakes and flowers, but we have one little discrepancy before we get to the eulogies. And I don't know if this was a joke, but bouquets of dead flowers, that's not funny. Someone could explain to me why all the flowers have died.
I'm sorry. That's totally my fault.
Wow.
I'm a flower assassin, and sometimes it's hard for me to separate my personal life from my work. And when I saw the flowers, I thought, oh, immediately I have to kill them. I do apologize. I realize this was not the time for me to.
No.
I'm so sorry.
Yay! Yay! How do I? Oh, John, what do you
Yes.
have to say, John?
Well, I just was gonna say, do we want to switch to another game? Sorry.
Yeah, let's fit in another game.
No, just cram them in.
Yeah, let's cram in another game.
We got what do we? Oh, advice panel.
Yay!
We haven't done that one yet.
One.
Yeah.
Advice panel.
Cool. I'll host this one. So in your chat right now, somebody on YouTube, just give us your favorite letter, just any letter, type that in there, and then they're going to get some characters for us. And then I need more, like, what would you ask for advice? Like, what advice have you always wanted to know? It can be about anything, life, the universe, relationships. What do you got? What do you got?
As
So
they're
start-
typing them in, I need advice. Right?
Yeah,
Like,
what is it?
them as they go. I want to know where to go. I guess on a first date. Just I know it's real basic, but I just want to know where to go on
Right.
first date.
The last name I'm seeing is the Q is the first letter I got. So each character will be introduced by a Q, inspired by a Q. So why don't we go around? You can introduce yourselves and then let us know. First date, where should John go? Anyone, just raise your hand if you'd like to start. Okay, yes, you in the group.
Hi, my name is Claudette, and I run a boutique of Q-tips. Claudette, it's also spelled with a Q, Claudette. They're specially handcrafted Q-tips for the swab consumer.
Claudette, so happy to have you here. Can't wait to hear about that first date. Who do we have next? Who's here?
You just said, hi, my name is Quentin.
Quentin.
Quentin, and at times I think that when you want to court somebody and take them on a first date, I like to take them and introduce them to my family, my parents on the first date. And I think that, one, you cover a couple of things there. They kind of see the foundations where you're from, and also that is a vetting just from the beginning to figure out if you just even want to go on that second date. And then maybe we can talk about second date moves.
Yeah, Quentin, so happy to have you here. And can I just say thank you so much for taking away a day away from the alligator farming to be here for us. We're so excited. And last but not least, who do we have?
My name is Terry.
Here.
I am part of the Munchkin Quality Dating Service. And of course, this is part of my job. I also, in my spare time, represent the Lollipop League. You know what's really nice on a first date, and I don't know if many people do this, find a nice big poppy field. Go to a poppy field. You feel so relaxed. You really get mellow, and you can learn so much about each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what you
Works
should
out
do.
sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't.
Well,
Thank you so much. Claudette, did you have a first date what would be your dream advice?
Just try to clean something together and see who likes to really get into the cracks and the grooves, right? Then you can see, what's your attention to detail level, because you want someone who's got attention to detail.
Yeah. Now, going off this, let's just stay in this realm. I'm also having people wondering, what's a good substitute for a hug? Quentin, why don't we start with you?
Absolutely. Hey, first thing I like to do when I can't get real close, I like to wrestle with gators. And if I can find me a real sweet one, come me out there and wrap up with some gators. That I find that to be a nice substitute. Sometimes you gotta watch your ears. They get in close. You know what I mean? But that's real love, and you cannot deny that. It's always gonna be there for you.
Yeah, that's very solid advice. Claudette, what about you? What would you substitute for a hug?
Well, I've actually invented some 6-foot Q-tips, and you from a distance can gently tap your loved one with 2 really long Q-tips, and it feels cottony soft and so loving.
Very gentle. And I'm sure we have something from Quality Assurance. What have you come up with for a hug substitute?
you know what's better than a hug?
What?
Skipping down a long yellow thoroughfare.
Mm.
You get a little exercise, a little breath, and then ding dong, you are in.
Yeah. Yeah. These are all great. Last kind of big question. A lot of people future planning these days, a lot of unknowns. How do you plan for retirement? How should one plan for retirement? Claudette, what are you feeling?
Oh, I'm just gonna walk into the sea myself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good Yeah. And from the Munchkin Quality Control, what kind of retirement plans do you folks? What do you see?
We don't believe in retirement. I mean, you never know if a house is going to fall on you, just crush you to death. So, you can't plan for that.
Why
You, you,
plan?
you just live. You just live life as you can.
Oh, just live like you can. I love that. Quentin, what do you got for us? What does the future hold? How should we hold it?
That's funny you should mention the future. I never really pictured the future. When you're with the Gators day in and day out, it's really hard to imagine that you're gonna live to the next day. So I guess that's the question I'm really gonna have to think about. See if is the future worth planning? Otherwise, I don't know. Maybe if I had to make something up, I would get me some little baby gators, some mama gators, baba gators, and kind of have a little family, a little gators. But it's hard for me to.
Hard to see that. I would say overall, don't plan for your future. It just seems real grim from everyone.
They live in the present is what I say. Live in it.
Live in it. Live in the present. Plan for nothing. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Do we have time for one more question?
Yes, one last round. Yeah.
Okay, one last question. Let's see here. Oh, a little science-y. How do I develop echolocation? Yeah. Quentin.
Yes. Well, echolocation, as we know, dolphins and bats. I think they have well, let me just tell you about the gators.
Okay, you know what? I'll stop you right there, Quentin. All right.
When you rub the belly of a gator, it creates a low hum. It creates a low hum, and
Yeah. So get yourself a gator, rub its tongue. Claudette.
That's echo.
The only thing keeping humans from being able to echolocate is excess earwax. Swab that out and you're good to go.
We've had it all along. And what about from Munchkin Quality Control? How do you develop echolocation?
Well, of course, we have these flying monkeys who have a certain way of just screaming. I mean, the downside is they're constantly throwing their feces at you. So, they know where you are. You never know where they are until you're hitting the side of the head with something that I tell you, the stink lasts forever. You can't wash it out with any kind of soap. You actually have to, go to the wizard. There's just this long lineup of people with just shit running down their face. It's just, anyway, that's my problem.
Yeah. What a different picture of Oz than we all had. That's for sure. Well, thank you so much to our panelists. Just thank you so much.
Yes. Yay. Well,
such good advice.
Really good.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Before we take off, everybody in the chats, could you please give a round of applause to Alexis Camille, Jill Bernard, Rita Boersma, and Colin Mochrie, and Colin Mochrie's tiny Colin Mochrie toy. Yes, thank you all so much. Oh man, thank you.
I'd also like to show you 16 virtual backgrounds that we did not use. Boom, 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 boom,
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom,
Oh,
boom, boom,
whoa.
boom, boom. That's it. That's what we
Thank
did in.
you.
Oh!
Hot picks.
Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Colin, for jumping in here. Where can we see you next, Colin?
Who knows, John? Probably somewhere on Zoom. I'll be with you guys all the time.
Same time next week.
Yeah,
We'll see you
same time
again.
next week.
Yeah.
Same group. If you guys want that in the comments, Colin's game. And if you guys want it, we'll do it. So there it is. Again, thank you all so much for the show. I'm going to just do some closing hosts here just as we kind of get ready for the next group. But
Bye.
I thank you all.
Bye, Colin.
Bye, Colin.
Thank you.
Bye.
Goodbye, Colin.
Goodbye, Alexis.
Goodbye.
Lovely working with you.
Lovely working with you as well.
I hope we do it again.
Alexis will say goodbye. Goodbye, guys. All right, y'all. We'll see you next time. All right. So Thank you all so much for tuning in. I don't know if it's on me right now, but I just want to wrap it up and say we've got more shows coming up immediately at 9 o'clock Central Standard Time. Two teams, you're going to love them. Feel Good About Yourself Orchestra and Coco and Daphne, also from Toronto. Stay there, stay hydrated. I'll see you in just a few minutes. Bye.